Have you ever noticed a little ache in your knees or felt a bit wobbly getting up from a chair and wondered if your bones are as strong as they used to be? If you're over 60, keeping your bones healthy is one of the most important things you can do to stay active, independent, and ready to enjoy life, whether it's dancing with your grandkids or tending to your garden. Strong bones help you move with confidence and avoid fractures, but there are everyday habits that might be quietly weakening them without you even realizing it. The good news is, with a few simple changes, you can protect your bones and keep them strong for years to come. Today, I'm excited to share 7 everyday mistakes that weaken bones after 60 and practical, doctor-approved ways to stop them. These tips are easy to fit into your daily routine and can make a big difference in how you feel. So, grab a cozy seat, maybe a cup of tea, and let's dive into the first mistake that might be holding your bones back. Let's talk about why bone health matters so much as we age. After 60, your bones naturally lose some density, which can make them more prone to fractures or conditions like osteoporosis. This isn't just about breaking a bone. It's about staying strong enough to do the things you love without worrying about a fall or injury. Everyday habits, like what you eat, how you move, or even how you manage stress, can either build your bones up or wear them down. Research shows that small lifestyle changes can slow bone loss, improve strength, and reduce fracture risk, helping you stay active and independent. In this video, we'll explore 7 common mistakes: skipping calcium-rich foods, sitting too much, overdoing alcohol, ignoring vitamin D, smoking, eating too much processed food, and neglecting strength exercises and how to avoid them. Each tip comes with stories and simple steps to get you started, ready to give your bones the care they deserve. Let's begin with the first mistake, one that's all about what's on your plate. The first mistake is skipping calcium-rich foods. Calcium is like the building block of your bones. It keeps them strong and helps prevent fractures. After 60, your body needs about 200 milligrams of calcium a day. But many seniors don't get enough because they cut back on dairy or don't eat enough calcium-rich alternatives. Low calcium intake can lead to weaker bones, making you more prone to osteoporosis or breaks from even a minor fall. Studies show that getting enough calcium can reduce bone loss and lower fracture risk by up to 20%, which is a big deal for staying active and independent. My friend Margaret, who's 67, used to avoid dairy because it upset her stomach, and she didn't realize she was missing out on calcium. She started feeling achy and worried about her bones after a friend had a hip fracture. Her doctor suggested she add calcium-rich foods like yogurt and leafy greens. And she started having a small bowl of yogurt with fruit for breakfast and tossing spinach into her soups. Within a few months, Margaret felt stronger, and her bone density scans showed less bone loss than before. She says it's like feeding her bones what they need to stay tough. And she loves how easy it is to add these foods to her meals. So, how can you avoid this mistake? Aim for 200 milligrams of calcium daily through foods like milk, yogurt, cheese, fortified plant milks, or leafy greens like kale or broccoli. A cup of yogurt or a serving of fortified cereal can give you 300 to 400 milligrams. So 3 to 4 servings of calcium-rich foods spread throughout the day gets you there. If dairy's not your thing, try canned salmon with bones or almonds, and consider a calcium supplement. If your doctor recommends it, calcium citrate is easier to absorb. Take supplements with a meal, and don't exceed 500 milligrams at once to avoid stomach upset. If you have kidney issues or take medications, check with your doctor. Keep a few calcium-rich snacks, like yogurt or cheese sticks, in your fridge for convenience. This simple change strengthens your bones from the inside out. Now, let's talk about a second mistake. That's all about how much you move or don't move. The second mistake is sitting too much. Spending long hours sitting, whether watching TV, reading, or working at a desk, can weaken your bones because they need the stress of movement to stay strong. Weight-bearing activity, even gentle ones, stimulates bone growth and keeps them dense. Sitting too much also weakens muscles, which can increase your risk of falls and fractures. After 60, staying active is key to keeping your bones resilient. Research shows that regular movement, even light activity, can improve bone density and reduce fracture risk by up to 15% in seniors. My neighbor Tom, who's 70, used to spend most of his day in his recliner, reading or watching the news. He started feeling stiff and unsteady, and his doctor warned him about bone loss. Tom began taking short walks around his block for 10 minutes a day and added simple chair exercises, like standing up and sitting down slowly. After a few weeks, he felt stronger and more balanced, and his doctor said his bone health was holding steady. Tom says it's like his bones wake up when he moves, and he enjoys his walks because he gets to chat with neighbors. To avoid this mistake, aim for 20 to 30 minutes of movement most days. Nothing intense, just gentle activities like walking, gardening, or dancing to your favorite song. Even standing up every hour to stretch or walk around your house helps. Try weight-bearing activities, like walking or climbing stairs, to stimulate your bones. If mobility is a challenge, do seated exercises, like leg lifts, to keep your muscles active. Wear comfortable shoes to avoid slipping. And join a senior exercise class or walking group for motivation. If you have joint pain or health issues, talk to your doctor about safe activities. This tip keeps your bones strong and your body steady. With calcium and movement covered, let's move on to a third mistake that might surprise you. The third mistake is overdoing alcohol. A glass of wine or beer now and then is fine for most people, but drinking too much, more than one drink a day for women or two for men, can weaken your bones. Alcohol can interfere with calcium absorption, disrupt bone-building cells, and increase your risk of falls by affecting balance. After 60, your body is more sensitive to alcohol's effects, and heavy drinking can lead to significant bone loss over time. Studies show that excessive alcohol can increase fracture risk by up to 40% in the seniors, which is a big reason to keep it in check. My friend Clara, who's 60, used to enjoy a couple of glasses of wine most evenings, thinking it was harmless. But she started noticing she felt unsteady and her joints ached more. Her doctor explained that alcohol was affecting her bones and balance. So Clara cut back to one glass a few times a week and drank more water or herbal tea instead. She felt clearer-headed, her balance improved, and her bone density scans showed better results. Clara says it's like giving her bones a break, and she enjoys her occasional wine even more now. To avoid this mistake, stick to no more than one drink a day if you're a woman, or two if you're a man. Think a 5-ounce glass of wine, a 12-ounce beer, or 5 ounces of spirits. Spread drinks out over the week and have alcohol-free days. Pair your drink with a meal to slow its effects, and try fun alternatives like sparkling water with lemon or herbal tea. If you're on medications or have health conditions, check with your doctor. As alcohol can interact with some drugs, keep a water bottle handy to sip instead of reaching for another drink. This change protects your bones and keeps you steady. Now, let's explore a fourth mistake that's easy to overlook. The fourth mistake is ignoring vitamin D. Vitamin D is like calcium's best friend. It helps your body absorb calcium to build strong bones and supports muscle strength to prevent falls. After 60, your skin makes less vitamin D from sunlight, and you might not get enough from food, especially if you're indoors more. Low vitamin D levels can lead to weaker bones, higher fracture risk, and even fatigue. Studies show that getting enough vitamin D can reduce fracture risk by up to 20% and improve muscle function, making it critical for seniors. My cousin George, who's 70, used to feel tired and achy, especially in the winter, and he had a minor fall that scared him. His doctor tested his vitamin D levels and found they were low, so George started taking a daily supplement. He also added foods like fortified milk and salmon to his diet. After a few months, he felt stronger and more energetic, and his doctor said his bone health was improving. George says it's like his bones and muscles got a boost, and he keeps his supplement by his breakfast table to stay consistent. To avoid this mistake, aim for 800 to 1. Dozen IU of vitamin D daily through a supplement or foods like fatty fish, egg yolks, or fortified dairy. Talk to your doctor about a blood test to check your levels. As some need more, take your supplement with a meal for better absorption. And choose vitamin D3 for effectiveness. If you get safe sun exposure 10 to 15 minutes a few times a week, it can help. But always protect your skin. If you're on medications or have kidney issues, check with your doctor. As vitamin D can interact with some drugs, this nutrient is a simple way to keep your bones strong. Let's move on to a fifth mistake that's still a problem for some. The fifth mistake is smoking. If you smoke, even occasionally, it's one of the worst things for your bones. Smoking reduces blood flow to your bones, slows bone-building cells, and interferes with calcium and vitamin D absorption. After 60, these effects are even more harmful. As your bones are already losing density, smoking also increases the risk of falls by affecting balance and lung health. Studies that show that smokers have a 30 to 40% higher risk of fractures, especially hip fractures, compared to non-smokers, making quitting a top priority for bone health. My friend Susan, who's 70, used to smoke a few cigarettes a day, thinking it wasn't a big deal since she'd cut back from her younger years. But she started feeling short of breath and worried about her bones after a friend's fracture. Her doctor encouraged her to quit, so Susan joined a local support group and used nicotine patches to ease the transition. After quitting, she felt stronger, her breathing improved, and her bone density scans showed less loss. Susan says it's like her bones are thanking her, and she's proud of taking that step. To avoid this mistake, if you smoke, talk to your doctor about a plan to quit. Options like patches, gum, or counseling can help. Join a support group or call a quit line for encouragement. And replace smoking with healthy habits, like a short walk or sipping tea. If you don't smoke but are around secondhand smoke, try to limit exposure, as it can also affect bones. Celebrate small wins, like going a day without a cigarette, and keep your home smoke-free. Quitting is tough, but worth it for your bones and overall health. With smoking covered, let's talk about a sixth mistake that's about what you eat. The sixth mistake is eating too much processed food. Processed foods like chips, fast food, or packaged snacks are often high in sodium, sugar, and unhealthy fats, which can leach calcium from your bones and increase inflammation. They're also low in nutrients like calcium and vitamin D, leaving your bones without the fuel they need. After 60, your body needs nutrient-rich foods to support bone health. And too many processed foods can tip the balance toward bone loss. Studies show that diets high in processed foods are linked to lower bone density and higher fracture risk in seniors. My Uncle Fred, who's 71, used to rely on frozen pizzas and chips for quick meals, especially when he was busy. But he started feeling sluggish, and his doctor warned him about bone health after a scan showed some loss. Fred began cooking more fresh meals, like grilled chicken with veggies, and snacked on fruit or nuts instead. After a few months, he felt more energized, and his bone density improved slightly. Fred says it's like his bones are happier when he eats real food, and he enjoys trying new recipes with his wife. To avoid this mistake, aim to limit processed foods to once or twice a week. Fill your plate with fresh foods like fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains. Think a salad with grilled fish or a bowl of veggie soup. Check labels on packaged foods and choose low sodium, low sugar options when you do eat them. Plan meals ahead to avoid grabbing processed snacks and keep healthy options like apples or yogurt handy. If you're on a budget, frozen veggies or canned beans rinsed are affordable and nutritious. Check with your doctor if you have dietary restrictions. This change fuels your bones with what they need. Now, let's wrap up with a seventh mistake that's about staying active in the right way. The seventh mistake is neglecting strength exercises. Your bones need a little stress from movement to stay dense and strong. And strength exercises like lifting light weights or doing body weight movements help stimulate bone growth. After 60, muscle and bone loss can make you more prone to fractures, but gentle strength training builds both, reducing fall risk. Studies show that strength exercises can improve bone density by up to 10% and lower fracture risk, making them a key part of bone health. My friend Linda, who's 68, used to avoid exercise, thinking it was too hard on her joints. But after a minor fall, she started doing simple strength exercises, like lifting small hand weights or doing chair squats for 10 minutes a day. She began with light movements and worked with a physical therapist to stay safe. After a few months, Linda felt stronger and more confident climbing stairs, and her bone density scan showed improvement. She says it's like her bones are getting a daily workout, and she loves feeling stronger. To avoid this mistake, aim for strength exercises 2 to 3 times a week for 10 to 20 minutes. Try simple moves like lifting 1 to 2 pound hand weights, doing seated leg lifts, or standing up and sitting down slowly from a chair. Use your body weight if weights aren't available. Wall push-ups are great. Start with 5 to 10 repetitions and move slowly to avoid strain. Join a senior fitness class or follow online videos designed for seniors. If you have joint pain or osteoporosis, work with a doctor or physical therapist for safe exercises. This tip keeps your bones and muscles strong for the long haul. Now, let's bring it all together. The 7 everyday mistakes we've talked about. Skipping calcium-rich foods, sitting too much, overdoing alcohol, ignoring vitamin D, smoking, eating too much processed food, and neglecting strength exercises can quietly weaken your bones after 60. But by making small changes, like eating more yogurt, taking short walks, or cutting back on alcohol, you can protect your bones and stay strong. These steps are like giving your bones a daily dose of care, helping you move with confidence and enjoy life. You don't need to overhaul your routine. Just start with 1 or 2 changes, like adding a calcium-rich snack or trying a strength exercise, and see how you feel. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What's one thing you're doing to keep your bones healthy? Or which tip are you excited to try? Your story could inspire someone else. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more tips on living your best life at any age. Your bones are the foundation of your active life. And with these changes, you can keep them strong and resilient. Here's to a healthy, vibrant you keep shining.